Muti, yes. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's 2 o'clock, time for some yoga. This afternoon, we're going to start out with some simple sun salutation A repetitions to just warm up as our warm up. And then we've got some holds of some new-ish poses. If you haven't done hot yoga before, these are actually from the hot yoga, the Bikram sequence. We're gonna do a few of those as our standing balance hold poses. We'll see how that goes. And then we have a nice beginner flow that incorporates some of the usual moves. So that'll be fun. So let's get going. And today also, if you have a block handy, that would be helpful at a certain point. We're gonna do the half moon pose. And I know I'm gonna need a block for that one. If you're not flexible enough to get all the way down to the ground, you'll want a block of some sort for that. All right, so let's just start out with our basic sun salutations. It's just a real simple one that only has about 4 or 5 moves to it. We're gonna start in mountain pose. Don't forget to start your watches. Mountain pose. And bring the arms above. Stretch real tall, stretch high as you can. And then swan dive, front fold. Halfway up. Fold. And we're down into our chaturanga and our cobra, our down dog, and jump back up to mountain. And that's as simple as it is. That's the very most simple sun salutation. Hands above, swan dive down, halfway up, back down, chaturanga, to cobra, to down dog, and back up. Let's do a few more times. Hands overhead, leaning forward, halfway up, full forward fold, chaturanga, cobra, down dog. 2 more times. Mountain pose, hands above the head, stretch it tall, forward fold, halfway up, forward fold, chaturanga, to cobra, to down dog. 1 more time. Mountain pose, hands above, stretch it tall, swan dive forward, halfway up, fold forward, chaturanga, to cobra, to down dog, woo, to standing. Whew. And that's a little sequence you can pretty much do any time. You see 5 times, it took us 2 whole minutes. We start adding the other parts of the sequence in, and it gets longer and longer and longer. So now we're a little bit warmed up. Let's try some of these new poses. If you've ever done Bikram yoga, I'm just going to take a few of the poses from there. We're just going to work on our balance a little bit. And I need to be on the regular floor for these. A little bit more balance. So the eagle pose is really kind of cool. You're going to take both arms out. You're going to scoop one arm in and the other arm up like this. Now you're going to do the same thing with your legs, and you can take it as deep or as shallow as you like, crossing the legs. Knee over knee. Eventually, you'll have your toes wrapped around the back of your calf. And just hold that for a breath or 2. Whew. And unwind from that. And then let's do the other direction. Usually balance will be better on one side than the other. And a few breaths here. You can take it down. You can kind of sit down a little bit into it. We'll bring that foot or wrap around a little bit farther. See, my right leg is a little more stable. And let's unwind from that. Whew. Very nice. Chair pose. So the chair pose, you're going to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Arms extended, kind of like the down section of a squat. We're just going to hold this for a couple of breaths. I'm going to feel it in the quads. You can get your booty down a couple more inches. And release. The next one is that same chair pose, but we're going to be up on our toes. So this one is a little more challenging. So we get down into our chair, and then we lift our toes up. Very nice. Whew. Let's release that. A nice wide front fold, wide legs, hands to the floor. If you can get them there. If you have a block, you can use a block for this too. Whatever height you need it at for you. Everybody's different, flexibility-wise. Just let the head hang. Let's come up into our tree pose. So you can take your tree down here at the ankle, you can take it up here, you can take it all the way up, or you can take it into half lotus. And if you're very steady, you can even lean forward, you can bend your knee, you can take it to a leaning tree pose. You can lean to one side. Lots of variations on this. Very nice. Bring your hands to heart. And let's unwind from that. Balance yourself on the other foot and see where that tree pose wants to go on the other side. The wonderful thing about all of these yoga poses is you can do them as deep or as gentle as you need to for your body, your physiology, your bone structure. There's an option and a modification for everything. I'm working on my balance so I can conquer that sup board this weekend. I know, woo woo. Fantastic. Let's unwind from that. Whew. And let's take another deep forward fold, wide leg, just to release that lower back. Very nice. And let's release that lower back a little bit further. And let's bring our knee in. Right leg, right knee into the chest. This is actually called wind releasing pose, which I find slightly humorous. And let's switch to the other side. Get a good stretch. Make sure you're stretching that opposite foot straight out. Point that toe. Stretch that leg out as long as it can go, keeping about an inch above the ground. And both knees in. Woo. Very nice. All right. Very nice. All right. We are now starting on our main set here. We've got, starting with cat-cow. Loosen up that spine, a couple seconds each direction. Do this a few times. Let's move into our down dog. Let's pedal it out for a second here. Stretch it out. Pedal it out, get those heels a little closer. Make sure the shoulders are reaching for the mat. Remember, it doesn't really matter if your heels ever touch the ground or if your legs are straight. The straight part is in your back and your shoulders and your arms. Very nice. And let's bring it to a front fold. Always remember to come up very slowly in yoga poses from any kind of inversion to avoid the blood flow making you dizzy. Up into mountain. Let's take it to a little bit of a back bend. Look behind you if you can, if that's accessible to you. Now we're going to bring our right foot forward, left foot back, and add an angle into our warrior one. Make sure the body and the hips are straight onto the front leg, and our warrior one. Woo! As I fall over. Working that balance. Woo. Now we stay strong for warrior two. Woo. Now if you're strong enough, come up into warrior three, which is leg lifted, and this is a tough one for me. Woo. There we go. You can get your body parallel, that's even better. I'm not quite there yet. Phew. Now we straighten our leg out, and we're into triangle pose. Woo. And then we're going into that half moon that I talked about, which is a swoop. You need the block for that one. Or you can use the edge of the couch. And we're back down. Extended side angle pose, which means the knee is bent now. More of these side angles from the side bends we did yesterday. I'm certainly feeling that. Woo! Let's unwind from that, feet together. Let's take our chair. Feel that in the abs. Try to get your chair a little bit lower each time. Now turning for a chaturanga, really slow. Slow, slow, slow chaturanga. Our cobra. Woo. Hold that for a second. You can also do baby cobra. I like this one. Stretches that lower back out. I'm gonna bring the right leg up for pigeon on the right side. You should feel this in the underside of your right leg, hip flexors, hamstrings, glutes. If you like, you can deepen it, come down on your elbows. Woo. Let's unwind from that. And we're just gonna take our legs straight out in front for a second and fold forward from seated position. If you need to bend your legs to get a deep stretch, just try and grab your toes if you can. Again, it doesn't matter if your legs are straight or bent, just that your back is straight. And eventually, as you get more flexible, your legs will come down farther and farther into that. Woo! Now let's do the other side. Going back to our cat-cow. Working the breath in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Back up into our down dog. Let's see if our heels are a little bit closer this time. Feels like it. A little bit closer. A little bit closer. Pedal. Pedal. Feels good to stretch them out and stretch those shoulders close to the ground. Woo, active hold. Feet to the center of your mat, forward fold, come up slowly. Woo. Hands above, reach for the sky. A little bit of a back bend if you can. Look behind you if you can. Woo. Warrior one, left foot forward. Strong. Make sure your hips are squared off with your front foot. Open it up for warrior two. Gaze down your arm through your fingertips straight out into the world. Try to keep that back arm up. Mine tends to want to flow down. We want to be strong. Warrior three if you got it. I'm going to hold on this time. Gets a better line in the back. There we go. Using props is totally allowed in yoga. You can use a wall, a chair, couch, anything like that. All right, triangle on the left. There goes that side again. Woo! Oh. It's on the wrong side now. Whew, triangle. Hold that for a couple more breaths. And now we've got that half moon. You might need your block support, something to hang on to. Let's get the feel of that. Eventually, we should be able to reach the ground on that one. Whew. Can feel it right here in the hips. Nice. Back to side angle pose, which means our knee is bent now. And feet to the center of the mat. Let's get that chair a little bit lower this time. Release. Down for chaturanga very slowly, very deliberate. Count to 5 or 6 on your way down. To cobra. Let's bring that left knee in for pigeon on the left side. Again, both sides of your body are going to be a little different, so don't be surprised if you're less flexible or more flexible on this side, maybe a little bit more tight. My left leg is usually a little tighter than the right side. If it's available to you, come down on your elbows. Get that deep stretch. This is getting that piriformis, that really deep little one in there. Easy to miss it. Forget about it. Gotta do these a lot. Keep after it. Woo. And let's come back to seated. Forward fold. Let's grab those toes again. Remember, you can have your knees up. You can have your legs as straight as you want. Just make sure that your back is straight. So you're literally pulling your chest towards your knees. Not rounding. Chest toward the knees. Let's stand up for 2 more poses. Let's grab that eagle pose one more time on each side. Now that we're all loosened up, let's do the right arm under first. Maybe wrap your leg around a little bit farther than the first time. And then let's unwind from that. Let's grab the other side. Take it just a notch deeper than you did the first time around. And release. Whew. One more little tree pose. Hands to heart, above your head, or you can lean to one side. Typically, you're going to lean toward the side that the knee is out on. So you move your weight over to this side. That's kind of fun when you get that balance point. Woo. Go. And other side. that balance into the right foot first, nice and firm. There we go. And settle in. One more breath. And release. Let's go down into our wide leg fold one more time. Remember, you can use your block to get a little deeper into the stretch. You need that support. Perfectly fine. Let's release. Let's take it to the left. Hold a few breaths here. And to the right. Let's release to standing. And my neck's all messed up here. Down to the mat. Knee into the chest. Stretch out the other leg. And switch legs. Woo! Feels good. Well, let's butterfly those feet, grab those toes. Stretch out those inner thighs. Now bringing the legs to the ground, stretch out as far as you can. Toes as far reaching as you can, arms overhead. Stretch. Make sure your hips and your back are flat to the ground, touching the ground. And bring the arms to a comfortable position beside you. Palms up, or you can place one hand on your stomach and one hand on your heart, whatever's comfortable for you. And relax for final Shavasana. Focus on your breath. Feeling the parts of your body that we've stretched and called upon to work today. Wherever you sense tension, breathe deeply into that section of your body. I always have to watch that I'm not arching my back. Pull that mid-back back down to the mat consciously. And just relax for a minute. Bring your attention back to your body. Come back from wherever you just were. Start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Bring your awareness back to the present. Move those arms. Let's bring our knees up. Drop them to one side. Extend the other arm. Reaching, looking to the right. Let's take those knees to the other side. Reaching to the left. And let's roll on up to seated position. Whatever's comfortable for you, cross-legged, butterfly, lotus, half lotus. A few deep breaths. Arms overhead and hands to heart. And namaste. Thank you, ladies. Let me turn the recording off and we can chat.